Come to my platform. Your please grace with Iyobusa favor or Hombamo. I'm doing a continuation of the last one I did, which is control in marriage. That word I brought it in a very raw form, control, because having a word like that, control in marriage, is not what we should hear. It's not. Because I find out that this word control causes a lot of problem in marriages. You can't control me. You can't control me. Control basically is correction, what we call control. Anyway, I understand the fact that there are unfair control. Because when somebody begins to tell you what is right and what to do, it looks like they're controlling you. And meanwhile, they just feel this thing is not right this way. And they kind of try to correct you. But that sounds like control, kind of. But in marriage, I have to make you understand of certain things I like. You have to make me understand what you like. You have to make me understand or know or tell me or correct me in some areas that are not good about me or about the things I do, just to make us work together. Amos 3:3 says, can two work together except they be agreed? So if we don't know, if there is nothing we are agreeing on, the process of agreement is saying this is what I want, this is how things should be done. It's not from one person. When after this, I'm going to come back to actually talk about how to influence our spouse positively in a way that it doesn't look like control. Because when I tell you this is what I like, or this thing is not good about what we are going to do, it's not like control. It's an opinion. And not every opinion that are wrong, and not every opinion should be rejected or accepted also, rather. Because we are two different persons. And when we come together as one, we need to have an agreement to be able to work together. And that is why in marriage, there are things you need to unlearn and there are new things you need to learn. It's all about modification and it's work with understanding. Where there is no understanding, there will continue to be the issue of, you don't control me, you can't control me. Just as a lady going into marriage and there's this organization I belong to this organization since I was a teenager, and it's a group of my friends that things we run together. And now I'm married, and my husband said, I'm not comfortable with this association you belong. So it's to sit down like, what is it about it? And he's able to give me some reasons why he doesn't want it. Oh, I don't just like it. I don't feel comfortable with it. I mustn't force him to say something about it. And if he says that, I need to think, do I need to really leave? Would that make my marriage work better? And if he does, why not leave? If he doesn't like it, if he doesn't want it, you can leave and you still be you. There are companies you keep as a man and as a woman. If your partner doesn't feel comfortable with it, you can leave this company and you will still be you. It doesn't make you a different person. It doesn't change you. And even there are certain things that we do that are not right that we can even drop and it will even make us better. So let's just say like you can't control me or you cannot control me. Two people cannot be living together and not do things that are suitable for them to be able to live together. So sometimes some of us want to please people that are outside and displease people that we live with that are inside. Even think about you just living with somebody, not even husband and wife now, not partners. You're living together as friends. There are times your friendship cannot continue if you don't do things that are right for each other to be able to. You cannot inconvenience somebody and say because you're doing the right thing or you're doing the wrong thing. The fact is, whether you call it control or whatever, there are certain attitudes that need to leave and there are certain attitudes that need to replace the bad attitude. Some may not even be bad. It's just that they just need to leave. Some may not even be bad. Just to make the two work together better. When it comes to marriage, there has to be modification, adjustment. It's about adjustment. It's not about control. And why this issue of adjustment is more for the ladies and for the men, as in, I can always tell my husband, this is this. Ladies see far more forward than the men. A man can just take a decision, make a conclusion immediately. But a woman will have to process. They are in the making, it's in their making. They need the process. That is why they don't get pregnant today and they give birth today. If a man sees a situation, there's somebody is called love at first sight. A man can see a lady say, oh, the moment I saw you, I knew you're the one. The moment I saw you, I fell in love. The woman that he saw the moment and he's falling in love took 10 years, took 5 years, took 1 year, 6 months to even accept that, oh, anyway. And she's still considering it. It's about wedding time. She's still not sure if she has even going to say, I really do. So, but once a man sees a woman and he's saying, and that's what happened to Adam. As soon as Adam saw Eve, he knew, this is my wife, the bone of my bone. She shall be called woman. He made God actually created Eve as a companion. But as soon as Adam saw Eve, he had concluded, like, this one is not just going to be a companion, but part of my life. It's going to be my wife. So women, when a woman just come and say things to you, it's just like she has processed this thing that it won't work. She knows that it's not going to work for her. But the man doesn't think all those things. Once he just sees the situation, he will just conclude. Some men may also be thinking like in a female anyway, but again, this is the main reason why most men feel intimidated by their wife, like, you can't control me. And like I said in my last video, if you marry somebody who grew up in a home where there was no form of control, where the person doesn't listen to anybody, it doesn't listen to any guardian, nobody guided them, and in fact, at a point in their life, they were almost turning themselves to bastard. Now they are married to one person and you want to come and control them. It's quite really, really difficult to marry such people. So even before you marry, seek your counseling, your guidance, your mentorship. Start from before you even make the decision to marry a person. This thing is not going to work. Why don't you just, like I said in the last video, find out. Apply wisdom in your finding out, or find out. Because that's why mentorship is very, very important in marriage. Good mentorship, not just any mentorship. Find people that can mentor you. Because when you have no mentorship, your marriage, in fact, one of you will be dying. Because I know, like I said, it can never be 50-50, but somehow with wisdom, with understanding, and with love, we will be able to manage ourselves. But in a situation where things that are very glaring is not going to work for us and you want to impose it, this one usually leads to breakdown in marriages. So let's try as much as possible to do the right thing and make sure we seek counsel.